The High Republic panel on Saturday gave us some new information regarding the upcoming stories, so here I'll be continuing my coverage of Star Wars Celebration with that panel. I'll be covering everything we learned from Star Wars Celebration this weekend, both with individual videos and an overall summary of everything later next week, so stay tuned for all of that. I haven't been able to stay as caught up with the second phase as I would have liked, but I am up to date on all of the novels, and while this phase isn't as strong as the first one, there have been a few novels that I've really enjoyed. The panel on Saturday included authors Claudia Gray, Lydia King, George Mann, Daniel Jose Older, Cavan Scott, and Charles Soule, as well as publishing creative director Michael Siglain and Vice President of Story James Waugh. The big reveal for both High Republic fans and live-action fans was the announcement that Vernestra Rwoh will be coming to live-action in the upcoming Acolyte series, played by Rebecca Henderson. Vern was a young Jedi Knight once apprenticed to Stellan Gios in the first phase, and was well known throughout the Order for being the youngest Padawan to pass the trials. This does kind of guarantee that she makes it out of Phase 3 alive, but there are still plenty of other beloved characters that may need to sacrifice themselves, and this is very exciting news for the Acolyte. We've already seen countless characters that will appear in the series, but so far they've all been brand new characters. With this series being set at the tail end of the High Republic, it would make sense for familiar characters from both the High Republic and the prequels to make appearances, so hopefully this is the first of many. Alyssa Wong was announced to be joining the publishing initiative, with Wong writing a story for the young adult anthology Tales of Light and Life. The panel also debuted a new teaser poster for Phase 3, dubbed Trials of the Jedi. George Mann will kick off Phase 3 with the first adult novel, titled The Eye of Darkness. The Eye of Darkness will bring us back to the Nile in a tale set about a year after the fall of Starlight Beacon. The novel arrives in November 2023, and will be followed by two other adult novels to round out the trilogy, Temptation of the Force by Tessa Gradden coming in summer 2024, and the final novel of Phase 3, Trials of the Jedi, by Charles Soule in spring of 2025. Tessa Gradden and Justina Ireland will team up for the first young adult novel in Phase 3, Defy the Storm, out in March of 2024. The trilogy of young adult books in Phase 3 will be completed by Tears of the Nameless by George Mann coming into the fall of 2024, and Into the Light by Claudia Gray arriving in spring 2025. For middle grade novels, Daniel Jose Older and Alyssa Wong will co-write Escape from Valo coming in January 2024. To complete the trio, Zoraida Cordova will write the sequel, Beware the Nameless, arriving in summer 2024, and the third middle grade book, A Valiant Vow, will be penned by Justina Ireland and arrive in spring 2025. The flagship High Republic comic will carry on through Phase 3, once again written by Cavan Scott. The first issue arrives in December 2023. That's everything we learned about the next phase of High Republic stories, but we also got some new information regarding the second phase, which we are currently in the midst of. A teaser poster for the epic finale of Phase 2 titled The Night of Sorrow shows Jedi Alavaya Zevran and the Mother, leader of the Path of the Open Hand, each reflected in the eyes of a fearsome creature. And lastly, we got our first look at the pages of Edge of Balance Precedents. Even though I've had a bit of a lull in my excitement for these stories, the new titles sound very intriguing, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the time jump is executed and how connected the second and third phases will be since they're so far apart in time. This current phase seems to be used to provide some backstory in the Nameless for when we meet them again in the present, but I do wonder if there's some other reason that we'll be spending so much time in the past. Let me know how excited you are for these new stories in the comments below. Remember to like the video, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and check out all of my other coverage of Star Wars Celebration this weekend. Thank you all for watching, and remember, the Force will be with you, always.